Okay, we're getting that a lot better there. A little bit of glare on the lens, but I guess now you can see me. Hey, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. We're gonna get a couple of seconds to let people sign on. I'm very excited to be back. Unfortunately, since a lot of things are happening at the end of the year, and we're programming for an awesome 2016, both here on Periscope with the Doctor and the Coach, among other things, on Straight Talk, and that's on 880 AM The Biz every Thursday at 11 Eastern Standard Time. Also around the world on iHeartRadio, and you can also catch it streaming online. But now let's go back to the scope and the purpose of the scope today. It's basically to talk a little bit about the chakras, and perhaps you've heard of what the chakras are. Chakras are used in different cultures. It's not only Ayurveda, but Ayurveda actually deals a lot with the chakras. They are energy centers that are located in different parts of the body. They're mainly seven chakras in our body. Now, the word chakra in Sanskrit means wheel. So it is a place where energy is circulating, it is moving, and the idea is to keep a flow, a constant flow between all the chakras, moving from the starting point, which is the root chakra, all the way up to the crown chakra. Now, having said that, I'm going to explain a little bit about them. Thank you for all the hearts. Thank you for joining me. And by the way, swipe and share. Let's get more people into this groove and make this community better and more prosperous for everyone. Back to the chakras. Root chakra is located at the base of our pelvis. If we are sitting with our legs crossed, what's known commonly as lotus position, what's touching the ground is the root chakra. Root chakra has a lot to do with grounding. It also has to do with evacuation and movement of toxins out of our body. So this is very important chakra, okay? And unfortunately, I can't get into the full details, but I will be bringing you more valuable information in the coming year. Trust me, we'll get you on par for you to understand this fully. But now let's move up on the chakra chain. And after the root chakra, we have the pelvic chakra. Pelvic chakra has to do a lot with reproduction, reproductive organs, both male and female. And it also has to do with a certain degree of creation, and creativity lies here. Ultimately, reproduction is part of creativity. As we move into this area, we also have the womb, and in the womb is where we give birth, or well, humanity, women give birth to new life. So creativity is in this area. Then if we move up a little bit above the navel, although the general area of the navel is called the solar plexus. Solar plexus has to do a lot with transformation. As a matter of fact, solar plexus also regulates the intestines and the organs in the abdominal cavity. So these include the kidneys and, of course, the adrenal glands, which we talk a lot about. When we're stressed, the solar plexus is out of balance. There's energy blockage there, okay? The beauty in Ayurveda is that even before symptoms manifest as we know them in the West, symptoms or signs, Ayurveda and energy healing can detect blockage or problems in these areas, in these chakras. In doing so, what we can provide is a way to unblock it even before symptoms manifest. That is the beauty in this. Now, moving up, we have the heart chakra. The heart chakra is located in the chest. It has to do with motion. It has to do with electrical conductivity, with electromagnetic fields, also with the lungs and prana. Prana, breath, life. Prana, air coming into your lungs, air going out of your lungs. Circulation, blood moving in and out of the heart and taking life to the rest of the body. This is how important this heart chakra is. In Ayurveda, it is thought that our mind, our emotions, love, hate, fear, lies in the heart more than in the brain. The brain is in charge of controlling other aspects, and it is the liaison through some of its structures with the spiritual world. It connects the spiritual and the physical. Moving up, we have the throat chakra. Throat chakra is located precisely in the throat, right about this area if you take a look. And It has to do with voice, with expression, with communication, with interaction with people. Very importantly, in this general area, we have two important glands, the thyroids and the parathyroids. Parathyroids have to do a lot with calcium, but the thyroid has to do a lot with metabolism. Very importantly, it can also deal with depression. Elderly individuals that have a thyroid imbalance will often manifest clinically as depressed. You do have normal thyroid hormones, that is, and you have an elevated TSH. What happens? You add a little bit of hormone therapy, thyroid therapy, and that TSH comes back to normal. The hormones continue being normal, and depression subsides. That's very important because when we're repressing our feelings, oftentimes we feel frustrated and we can even feel run down. So, let's move up to the next. Third eye chakra. We've heard of the third eye. It is a mystical type of structure that we think really doesn't exist, when in reality it is very prevalent and it does exist. The third eye actually governs what happens in two areas of our brain. The pituitary, actually three I should say. The pituitary, which has all the hormones or the hormone factors that control the activity of other glands, but also the hypothalamus, which has the releasing factors that stimulate the pituitary to do its job in turn. So this whole area is crucial for our functioning. It is generally in what's known as the mesencephalon, that is the middle brain. It is a step above the primitive reptilian brain, but it is still not our mammalian, fully developed cortex that is in charge of processing thought and fine motor function, etc. So, how important is the third eye? Very, very. That is why in India, for instance, when they wear bindis, what they do is they apply pressure. It's not just putting that little red dot there, or the yellow dot, or the Shandan, which is, I forgot the name. Curiously, now I know the name in Sanskrit, and it eludes me. It's sandalwood. Sandalwood, they apply it with pressure because this stimulates the third eye and in turn stimulates the pineal gland. Pineal gland, as I've mentioned in previous broadcasts, has to do with the secretion of two main substances, melatonin and a very important one called DMT, dimethyltryptamine. This is an entheogenic substance. This helps you connect to the spiritual world. That's how awesome it is. Okay? Now, finally, if we move up, we have the crown chakra. And the crown chakra is a chakra that actually bridges that connection with the universe, with the cosmos, with the spiritual world. Very importantly, this is the area, the crown chakra is just in the area where we call the fontanelle in Western cultures. That soft spot at the top of the head that is in every newborn, and it finishes closing up a few years afterward. It is fully fused because it allows, well, there is an anatomical purpose. The fontanelles, which is there's an anterior one, then there's a posterior one, have to do with the birth canal. What happens is the bones and the skull of a newborn, of a fetus, overlap as it's coming out of the birth canal. With this, it makes the head a little bit smaller. Then as it comes out, it allows for brain growth. So they're not supposed to fuse in a while. According to some Eastern philosophies other than Ayurveda or even religions like Judaism, children continue to have that fontanelle open to some extent till age 3. Therefore, there should be very little manipulation in that area of their body at the top of their head because their soul is still pouring into that body. In other words, the entirety of the soul has not finished coming in. According to mystical Jewish studies, Kabbalah, it's not coming in until the child has reached the age of 3. So, the importance of maintaining these energy centers in appropriate flow, in balance, healthy, with us also adding adequate food, adequate activity, physical activity, exercise, sleeping appropriately, and engaging in leisurely, fun stuff with friends and family make a whole lot of difference. Thank you for joining me. Be well. The schedule is going to be changing on Periscope. I apologize. There seems to be some type of pollen in the environment that's making my nose itch a little bit. But hey, that's part of doing it out here. It's a nice day after the wet week we've just experienced here in South Florida. But back to Periscope. I'm going to be transmitting more often, perhaps shorter segments. And I also urge you to let me know what you would like to hear on Ayurveda, on wellness, on the prosperity revolution, on issues of social and community health, and I will gladly do my best to address them. Here's where you can send your questions. info@straighttalkingradio.com. That's info@straighttalkingradio.com. I will definitely be paying close attention to them, so make sure you reach out so I can accommodate. Be empowered, be well, make this time of the year the opportunity for reflection, for gratitude, and for charging or recharging your batteries so that 2016 can bring all the prosperity it is intended to bring into your life, into everyone's life. See you next time. Be well.